Welcome back to another reaction video, us reacting to TikTok videos. You're gonna catch a bunch of older dudes with beards just react to some TikTok videos, something we know nothing about, but it's gonna be interesting, hopefully a little bit hilarious. But hopefully we learn something out of it, so let's get into it.
Here's how you shoot more cinematic footage with any camera or lens. Always look to add movement to anything that you're shooting. If you're on a gimbal, make sure you're moving all the time, but if you're shooting handheld with the camera, you can do smaller movements like pushing in and pulling out, and then going side to side in order to make your shot look more dynamic and interesting to look at. Even something as simple as having the camera start up here and slowly tilting it down makes it look even better. I hope that helps. Like this video and follow for more filmmaking tips.
Did he say you must always be moving?
Always, yeah.
Was that what's the director's name of Star Trek?
Alex Chung.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
He's always like, every conversation you just need to always be moving. Like, I don't agree with that at all, man. That's
I mean blanket statements like always or never. It's
maybe for TikTok, but even no, not even for TikTok. No. Like in general, no. You're
gonna get whiplash if everything is moving all the time.
Yeah, imagine that. Like, hey guys, so this is the scene with Batman and the Joker. So
I mean, he did say subtle movement, but I mean,
no, but always moving. Though?
Yeah, always moving. Like we're not moving right now.
Oh.
You gotta think about what you're shooting, what that specific like story beat is, what's the best way to show it, and if you consider all of those things, then it's gonna be cinematic. Not just like we're just always gonna move the camera.
I'm just trying to think of the most dramatic movie scenes if they were just like a moving talking shot. Like, I'm just thinking, I think you just have to adapt to each film. Like saying something like always be moving. That's I'm sorry, bro.
Salisbury.
You have to think about. You didn't speak about anything about like how that's gonna edit together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, imagine that. You just go like this to a shot like this.
He says start up top, and next up you start
this
up
guy's
the side.
name?
Next shot side. Alex Chung.
Alex J.
I don't
Chung.
agree. Salisbury.
At me, bro.
Guess what? It grows the economy. Benefits everybody. Hurts nobody.
Let's take a quick break from our desperate plea to get more views. Please smash the like button. It really helps us out. Guilty. And if I had more money, I would buy more gear.
Yeah, it's just, more money, more gear problems, man. Agree. Thumbs up. Let's go.
You are watching a master at work.
Okay.
That's cool. I like the joke at the beginning and then the reveal.
That was a good one. And I've been like that on a couple of sets. Remember when we were in China and I was laying on the floor trying to get shots?
All right.
And crowds would come at me and be like, "What's this boy doing?" Clearly, but mine obviously didn't turn out that cool. I still looked like an idiot when I was doing the shots like this. But sometimes you have to do some weird things to get really good shots.
But nobody else got that shot.
It's true. I was only ground up shot. But you gotta do some crazy things for some cool shots. And it's nice to be experimental like that. I think sometimes you can just take your camera and just play around and see what kind of light leaks you can get and stuff like that. I think that's
really very cool.
Video.
Yeah, I think that's very cool.
Yeah, was dope.
All right, next.
Yep.
And then after you export, you have to go and do notes and changes.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, can we change the music?"
And then you have to sometimes do that whole process over again because the changes are so big that you have to reshuffle your timeline and just But I just feel like sending that anonymously to every client. Because notes sometimes, man.
There's an edit. What clients think is that there's an edit button that you just
press
one button.
They'd be like, "Can't we just rechange, or can you just replace this music?" I don't realize you have to replace the entire
beats and
beat. So that was I really like that. I actually made that my status once. I saw that video once.
Oh, okay. That's very good.
I thought they were going to show us.
What was that?
It's an expensive rig, but then again they got this a Ferrari there. So.
He mounted a camera and then.
Oh, he used the camera to follow the Ferrari. Why?
They didn't even show how it looked like. I don't know. That was okay video. We've seen rigs like
It was just
yeah.
BTS of them going on a shoot.
I don't. But that was like the rich man's GoPro.
True. No, but I mean, I get it. I get why.
I also
But like,
get it.
just
Yeah, it's-
show us what you shot.
Yeah, like it's just like we've seen stuff like that before. Like, I guess for people coming into filmmaking to see that, I guess it's pretty interesting. To
No,
see.
it isn't. They don't show you what you get with the shot. It's literally just
Yeah.
camera on
I
car,
think
another car.
For a cool video, they should have just showed. Maybe they didn't come out nice at all. They're just stuck in traffic. Like,
I get it. It. Anyway,
show us the end product.
Show us, please.
The
provideo.inc.
yeah.
Am I better than everyone?
It's so true.
That's so good. Legit. Like, I remember the first set I was on when I put like the clients there. We just put the matte box on and like we pros like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when we go on a client shoot and we just have like, I just put the matte box on for no reason.
Yeah, just because then they look at it and they're like, they fall like.
Yeah, if you're shooting on the A7 S3 and you're worried the client's gonna think it doesn't look as professional, just chuck a little matte box on there. You're good.
Exactly. If I don't have like a matte box with me, I just go with the camera with the tripod and just do this to make it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Good stuff, Dan Taylor.
Oh, all of these reactions. Just to take a little break, scroll down, hit that subscribe, and just resume.
Wedding filmmaking does not suck.
Did you just say filmmaking?
Yeah.
Filmmaking's a bit generous, you think?
What do you mean?
I mean, I wouldn't call it filmmaking.
Okay, then what would you call it?
Maybe call it a bit more of the videography vibe, you know? I mean, you know, filmmaking's like a red camera, a crew, haze.
Okay, well, wedding videography does not suck.
Yes, it does.
I have a coffee thing again. I feel like Mark made that video. Yeah, I agree with the filmmaking part because so many people, even for music videos, they'd be like, "This is." Like sometimes a music video can be like that good film vibes, but sometimes like the general like artists that come to you, they just have this like weird rap song and they're like, let's make this into a film, but it's your normal shots. And with music, with weddings as well, they're like, we need to make this into a beautiful love story. And you're like,
Yeah,
you can, but I wouldn't say it's a filmmaking, you know?
I don't know if we should be pretentious and say, oh, filmmaking, not filmmaking, videography. But there is that stigma, I guess. I've done a couple of weddings. It's not fun. I do them as wedding gifts because then I don't have to pay for anything. So there we go.
That's why you offered, yeah.
It really is. Yep. But I mean, wedding films. I think there are definitely wedding films where I could be like, whoa, those are like really interesting. I haven't seen that before. And then there's just wedding videos where you can see it's somebody who just took a bunch of shots, edited them together.
But
Didn't tell the story.
But the thing is, you know, there's that bias but it's also strange because when you're watching a film, you're not going to be like, oh, this is a wedding video.
That's true. I mean, how many movies have wedding scenes in them, right? And then you're not like, I don't know. It doesn't like, oh, now it's videography just because it's a wedding. I don't know.
You can have good wedding videos. And you can
I
have
think
amazing
this
wedding
guy
videos.
was just probably done this one day, just tired of like he probably
No, I
shot
mean,
a
that's
lot of
hilarious.
videos, and he was just like, yeah. I don't think like he meant to be serious with it. I think he was just having fun with that content because people can throw around a lot of terminologies and stuff like that to try and make themes seem bigger than they are. But yeah, I think he was just having some fun with it, man.
If you're a videographer and you specialize in wedding videos and you make the best wedding videos ever, that's
Filmmaking.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's
it could be
filmmaking.
filmmaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. All right, next.
Shit's about to.
Yeah,
I prepared a few lines earlier, but I snorted them. It's my wedding, I can say what I want.
That's a good joke. But that's exactly what I was talking about earlier with the wedding stuff. Like some people do go like, they plan it out. Like you can see if somebody's like planned out a cool thing, like that shot that they had in there with the one light and then everything is dark, silhouetted, whatever, versus somebody who just like shows up and shoots.
It's funny because I think this is the same thing when it comes to budget, because like I've seen some really like great wedding videographers, and then like when you see their quotes, it's also really really great. But yeah, no, I think when it comes to this kind of thing, like if you do have like a solid plan for it, it can turn out really nicely. Like we do a pre-prod for it kind of thing. Because for my wedding as well, like the wedding videographer said, let's meet a couple of weeks before we go to different locations. So it feels like you're going on location. Like it's also the kind of thing. So yeah, so I take back my earlier statement with wedding. It's filmmaking. I say it's filmmaking.
That dude's joke though. I prepared a couple of lines, but I snorted them.
Yo, what a baller move.
I don't know what that is.
All right.
Here's how I made a commercial for Celcius in my basement. Let's get into it. Okay, so since Celcius is a really big brand, I knew that I had to pull out all the stops for this video. So I had to get creative. I used things such as skewers, I used green screens. I got this awesome macro shot by me pouring the drink into this glass. I'm throwing fruits left and right, up and down to get this awesome composite shot of the shots I took earlier and the fruits flying up in the air. And then for the grand finale shot, I used this fish tank, and then I dropped the kiwi guava flavor in it with kiwis, and this took me about 3 tries, but I finally got it. And now here's the final commercial.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's very good.
Yeah.
It sounded a bit like a wind tunnel. Maybe the whooshes can be a little lower, but I think it was really good. I mean, it's if you follow Daniel Schiffer on YouTube, he always shows you how to do these things, and it's really cool how you can just do it literally anywhere. You don't need a big studio for product shots, obviously. You just need a wall and like a background and then a tripod, and you can just do the rest in After Effects. It's really cool. A bonus is if you can have a motorized slide or something, because then you can replicate that thing and then you can do a bunch of shots. But yeah, no, if you want to get into like product photography, you don't need that much. You just need a product.
I remember I experimented once because my fiance like is obsessed with this kind of filmmaking on TikTok, and then she was like, "Come, let's try and replicate some of the stuff." And it's actually really fun, and I'm surprised the kind of things you can do when you just have like a nice backdrop and just be really creative with it. So yeah, I think more people should try it out, and it's quite interesting to see the things you can create. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
Moving on.
When the sky comes falling, even the sun don't shine, I got faith in you and I, so put your pretty little hand.
This is legit.
Is that the guy who did the...
Dan Tyler, yeah.
He did the, this guy's hilarious.
Yeah. That's happened to me also like once. I went there to impress like the first AD, and like no one was there. And then even though like the first AD came a bit later, I was like, "Oh, nice to see you earlier." I was like, "Yeah, been here for an hour."
Yeah, I mean, it's good to always be early.
Yeah.
But
I would say rather be that than the guy that's like trying to get
it's better to wait than to be late. Better to wait than be late. Hashtag better to wait than be late. Let's start that.
How did I get this?
It rhymes. Okay, let's go.
I made a fake ad for Coca-Cola at home. Here is the result.
First of all, love the music, man.
And then you get a cease and desist from Coke.
Or ABBA.
Yeah, that was cool. I really like these two young creative team at home. Like, I think especially in quarantine times, this was like a big thing, and like you could really play around with it.
And I mean, it's very cool, and I just hope that you use this to leverage jobs for small brands first. Like he made the ad for Coke, but Coke's not going to hire him until like he builds up. So it's awesome to just use whatever you have and then approach a small brand, and then, you know, do something for them, and then they tell someone else, and then it like builds to this big career. So it's cool that you can start by yourself. Like we always say, make your movie. You can just literally start making something, and then it has the potential to.
And it's interesting because I actually have this one friend who is like does a lot of big commercials now, but he said he started because him and his girlfriend, I think it was like an energy drink, they went to go shoot some stuff in the woods of her running, and the way he like edited it and did VFX shots and stuff like that, he took that to the company and they're like, yeah, I'll make 6 adverts based on this idea, and he was like, what? So yeah, so that actually like, you know, at least one person it like got right. So yeah, like Yaku said, make your movie advert / thingamajig.
That's very cool, yeah. And that's it for our reaction to these TikToks. They're really cool. Go follow all the creators of these awesome pieces of content. And if you would like to see us react to more of these, make sure to press the subscribe button, because we're definitely going to be reacting to more of these in the future. So you don't want to miss those. Hit the bell. And if you liked it, remember to smash the like button. That always helps us out. YouTube's like, oh, people like it, so let's show it to more people. So that would be awesome. But until next time, go out there, stay safe, and make your movie.